Mind the gap between the train and the platform. Please stand clear of the discussion doors. The next stop is Highbury Squad.
Hello everyone and welcome to another episode of Talented Gooners, a new short series where we highlight folks in our Arsenal community doing great things. Joining me once again is my podcast brother from another mother, Mr. Super Kevin Campbell. Bob.
Oh, hi, Soph. How are you?
I'm good. I'm going to let you, I know this fella is someone that you have a lot of respect for. And I'm going to let you introduce our very special guest today, who has had a huge impact on the Highbury squad over the last few months with all of his wonderful work, Mr. Super Kev.
Well, this talented Gooner used to work for Arsenal and has got a very creative eye, as you can see with his top that he's wearing, one that I've worn, and I tend to buy his creations because I really like them, and he's also helped me with my with our Brock the Neck and the Sophie T-shirt, and there's so much more to this guy. He's no Laguna, Stephen Feehily. How are you, Stephen?
I'm all right, Super Kev. Hi, Kev. Hi, Sophie.
Hi, Stephen. We finally made this happen. Welcome to the show.
Yeah, we squeezed it in today. Squeezed it in.
You are the inspiration behind the Brook the Neck stuff, and we will be sharing that and have been sharing it, of course. It's available in all of our descriptions on our YouTube channel for you guys to go and buy. It's going to be the perfect gift. I feel like it's going to really kick off this Q4 with the holidays coming up. So we will talk a bit about that later on. But let's start off where it really began for you. Why Arsenal? What happened? Where were you born? Tell us.
Oh, we're going deep. Thought this was going to be
We're
short.
going to start there. Well, we're going to start there, and then we're going to fast forward to now and where you are now.
Yeah, you can edit it down to 25 minutes or whatever. It's all right. But no, I've been an Arsenal fan since 88-89 season. Coincided with the big 89 season. I was born and raised in East London. I was a Leyton Orient fan. I still am a Leyton Orient fan, but I migrated over to Arsenal from that season, and then the pinnacle of that season, the 89 and all that. Then I knew 100% like how I felt watching that tiny TV in the corner of the living room, jumping up and down, screaming. I was like, oh, I'm an Arsenal fan now, because I felt it. You knew there are those moments you just know, and it just kind of went from there, and fandom just went on over time. I think my profile picture on Zoom is me on one of my birthdays, and the shortest shorts you've ever seen in your life. The Arsenal flat cap when I was maybe 11, 12 in that one. So yeah, it's just that once you're in at Arsenal, you don't generally leave. You may flirt with other European teams or whatever, but you're in at Arsenal, you can't rationalize it, especially now. We get new Arsenal fans, they're not sure why. They ask you why you're an Arsenal fan, and it goes further back. But even new fans and their fans, and it's hard to explain. I mean, Jack's back, and he said he's saying the same sort of thing. Once a Gooner, always a Gooner. At every level of the club.
Yeah, you feel it.
Yeah. Kev knows how that feels. He went on to play for a few other clubs, but once a Gooner, always a Gooner, right, Kev? 100%.
Yeah. 100%.
So, Leyton Orient, then you discover Arsenal, and Kev, I didn't know that you worked for the club. Tell us about that.
Me at the club, I worked at Arsenal from 2001, September 2001, 2006, and it was just in the Arsenal World of Sport, Finsbury Park.
Nice.
And I was there. It was just a club shop, but they called us commercial assistants. So when people would ask me, I'm a commercial assistant at the Arsenal World of Sport, and it was
very flashy.
Yeah, but honestly, it was when people talk about like how Arsenal's changed since moving to the Emirates. Like I saw it, the transition. I saw it firsthand, and I also felt like I was kind of a lucky charm because my first season there, we did the double. We won the FA Cup in the league my first season when I worked there in 2001. And then we had our invincible season. Then we had a couple of really good years. So, and then I left and we didn't win anything. My last year was when we won the FA Cup against Man United on penalties. That was my last year at the club. And then it was, Harry Wrestler's gone. So I even last few times I went back to England, I told people like, can I go work just for a day, just to give you some of my luck? Because apparently
let it rub off.
Just serve one customer in the shop. But the shop's not really even there now. They've changed the name of it. Emirates has changed it. Mm-hmm. And like I say, I'd seen it coming in. Like I was there when the Emirates was being built. We got to tour the stadium before anything. All the construction was still being done. They treated us so well at Arsenal. And then the Arsenal family. That's when my Arsenal family started. I love everyone I worked with. The camaraderie in the store, being at Finsbury Park, being the black sheep, because there was a Highbury lot who worked at the stadium, and then it was us at Finsbury Park. And then you really felt a sense of community, family with everyone. I'm still in touch with everyone I worked with. And I hate retail. I don't like serving customers, but I loved that job, top to bottom. Everyone was like so good and so respectful. We met all the players, went to parties. They flew us out to Paris for that Champions League final, which wasn't a great day in the end, but they did that. They chartered a plane for staff and they brought us over there. So they treated us so good. It was so good working there.
That's amazing. And I'm sure the build up to that day was amazing. The flight out there and everything.
Oh, it was phenomenal. It was
a little
phenomenal.
Tougher after the final whistle.
Yeah, I mean, it all went downhill from there because we, after, the final whistle, when we went through all that, because the build up, obviously, it was amazing. It was surreal being out there. And they even gave us tickets to go to Disneyland Paris. So like, you can go if you want. So we did. So we went to Disneyland Paris. And then after that, once the result, and then we went back to the airport, our flight was delayed. There was a problem with scheduling. The airport was closed because it was a chartered plane. So there wasn't any shops or anything open. Everything was completely closed. We were just like there in this empty airport, like 4 a.m. No idea when we're getting home. And then we got home. I think we got home at like 5, 6 a.m, something crazy like that. It was just so bad. I mean, if we'd won, it wouldn't have mattered. I might not have made it home, So
how did you transition into design?
I've been doing that my whole life. I've been drawing, painting, just generally since I was a kid. First showed my mum a picture. I always remember this. I showed my picture of my mum, a picture of it, my aunt, and I drew a picture of her. And she's like, "Oh, that's sweet," and it was her in a dress and with her boobs. I always remember that. I wish I still had that one. It's like, I was a very talented young man. And she's like, "Oh, it's lovely." It's like, I knew I had talent from a very young age. But I've just been drawing forever. I didn't go to school. I went to school and did art, and I was really good at that. I didn't go to college because I couldn't afford to. But it was always something I wanted to do. And then I applied to work at Pixar at one point, just wanted to see if I could do that. And they sent me a nice postcard saying no. But no, I've always done it in some capacity. I did some junior web design for a bit. I've done some animation for a bit. So like I'm just kind of doing a lot of everything, and I've kind of settled into the t-shirt design as my almost hobby, just because it allows me to just kind of do what I want to do. Mm-hmm. And then my 9-to-5 job is just boxes and logos, and it's very simple stuff. But I still got to try and express myself where I can. That's where the fun is.
Well, go on, Kev.
Well, I was just going to say, so that T-shirt you're wearing, Stephen, is one of the favourites, obviously.
Yeah.
And obviously, 89 and the words. But what made you just come up with the way it is created? Yeah. I think it's genius.
Yeah, it's one of those. It's one of those things that it seemed obvious when I thought of it. I was like, someone must have done it, but then there's not really that much like design done around there. People do like wallpapers and designs here and there, but I just wanted something I wanted to wear. That's all I really do when I do a design. So I just wanted something I want to wear. And 89 is so iconic. That commentating is so iconic. Yeah. I was like, I can do something. What can I do? And I sketch it out and whatever. And I thought, what about big 89 and if I could squeeze the commentating into something and make it look good. And I sketched out on paper, and then I have my iPad Pro with Procreate, which has just saved so many trees. You wouldn't even understand. Yeah. It's just
need to scrunch paper up.
Yeah, my wife loves it. There's less paper around the house. There's less like sketch pads half full and whatever. But so once I sketched it out, and I had to isolate that part of the commentary because that's really the bit, and then how to. I've had so many I got so many versions in my drafts of just how it didn't work and how it did work, and I almost didn't do it at one point. And then once I kind of just got it, and I just played around with it, and it just changed how it went. I made it like read through the 8 rather than just reading left to right. And like, if you're going to read it, you know the commentating, so you're going to read it.
Yeah.
You'll know how to read it anyway. And then once I decided to put the players, I had the little players in red. I had them, the little moments in the game where like Dixon passes, like Smith heads it on, this, that, and the other. Yeah. And I had them outside, and I was like, I don't really like it. What's wrong with it? And then I just moved them inside to the 9. I was like, I think I got it. Yeah. I think that's it. And it's very rare for me to say, that's it. It's perfect.
It's normally very iconic.
Yeah, normally I'm just like, nah, it's not good enough. It's not ready. And I just put it out there in the world. And it's been around for like 2-3 years. Hang on, my youngest son's home. I need to let him in.
Good. Yeah, let him in. Let him in.
Let him in. 1 minute. This is perfect.
Let him in. I've actually had the pleasure, Sophie, of speaking to his boys, and lovely family.
Yes.
I really support this guy because having a creative talent like that. Mm-hmm. When I saw the T-shirt, I just, one of them that I've got to have.
And you wear it on the show often, and it looks awesome. You guys can see it on screen now. This is Kev's favorite. And look, there's the wee guy right there. We also have a Highbury squad shop now, which I guess we're officially launching today. You can see it. Stephen's been working on it for us behind the scenes. You guys have seen some of the Brook the Next stuff that we've been promoting for the last couple of months. And we did that to kick off with an association with Gooners v Cancer. And we'll continue to give money to various charities as we go through this. But you guys can see on screen now all the different Brook the Next stuff, from the hoodies to the T-shirts to the mug. And you can see this picture of Super Kev on screen right now, where he's drinking from his mug while he's wearing the T-shirt as well. It's awesome. Stephen, we're just talking about the shop that you've set up for us and the Brook the Neck collection, which was inspired, of course, from Kev on the show, which has become such a rallying item for all the squaddies and the listeners and stuff like that. And we're so grateful to you. Tell us a little bit about that, because everyone loves it and it's super cool. And the shop window that you've put up for us. And by the way, he has done this all out of the love for Kev and the Arsenal. And
you too, Soph. Don't.
Sophie, don't. Yeah, don't.
Look, cut yourself short there, Soph. Come on.
Yeah.
I mean, you're the reason any of this is possible.
That's right.
I mean, it's so awesome. I love it. When you sent that to me the other day, I was like, this looks so cool. Tell us about how you came, how you came to put the Brook the Neck collection together, and obviously Kev inspired that.
Well, it was really Kevin Campbell himself messaged me, and he messaged me a few months ago, and honestly, I've been really dragging my feet on it because I was kind of nervous about doing it wrong, doing it right, and this, that, and the other, and I really want to find something good for him. And he messaged me, so he had a shirt. That's how long ago it was. That's how much I've slacked on this. But yeah, he'd asked about it and said, like, can you do something for Brook the Neck and something for like Sophie. And he's got another one, which I still haven't cracked. The chicken sink.
Chicken sink.
Yeah.
And I have an idea for that, but I think that's gonna be like kind of a bigger one if we still want to proceed with that. But with Brook the Neck, like say, I had an idea, and the thing is with you, Kev, when I show you something, you love it. It's like you're so enthusiastic and so positive. I showed you one thing, you're like, love it, print, do it. I was like, but I wasn't happy with it. So I was like, I still can't, like, I know it was good and it was good enough, but I think it needed something more. So then I sat on it for a bit, let it kind of marinate, and I went back to it, and I just had this idea. I saw some like graffiti art. Yeah. Like, I love graffiti art. I wish I could do that. And I was like, I think that would work better for the street. For the saying. So as I took it back, I sketched out a few things, pulled some ideas from some other ones, and once again, Procreate, saved a bunch of paper, didn't have to spray paint any walls. It was all done on that. There's lots of really cool brushes, and I kind of started putting that together, had a couple of versions, didn't quite work, and then showed you that one. And obviously you loved it, because no matter what it's shown you, you would have loved it because you're Kevin Campbell. And but no, and then you really felt it, and then it really gave me confidence in it. And then I showed some other people, and you know, who had no idea.
Yeah.
Like just like I showed my wife, she's like, "What is Brooklyn Neck? I like it, but what's Brooklyn Neck?
What does it need? Yeah.
Don't worry about it. Do you like it?" And she liked it, and then my kids liked it. You know, they're my barometer. Like they're not really involved in like, you know, the ins and outs of it. It's like, is this a good design?
Yeah.
And they liked it. So once I did that, and then you liked it, and then Sophie liked it, and it started to, you know, pick up some steam. And then I had the Sophie one came a little bit after that one.
Mm-hmm.
But that one, I actually had the Sophie design idea almost immediately. Like once you told me, I was like, "Oh, I got it. It's easy."
Yeah.
You know, but then I was just like, you know, I think the Brooklyn Net one we wanted to get out quicker.
Yeah.
And then kind of do one at a time.
Yes.
You know.
Yes.
And yeah, like I mean, I can't take, you know, all the credit for it really, because it was Kevin Campbell who came to me.
It's so fun, isn't it, when you find a designer, Kev, that just knows your taste. And they get it, you know. It's a drop the mic moment, isn't it? There's just this connectivity. They get it.
Sophie, it really is. You know, it's very rarely you see work and creative designs by anybody, and you like that. Everything you seem to touch, Stephen, I love it. You know, even the racism one. As soon as I saw that, I bought it. I was like, wow, that's brilliant. And you didn't even know, did you? I think
I
sent you a picture, didn't I?
There's a bunch. There's a couple of them. I didn't know you bought the Rocky stuff initially.
Yeah.
I knew you said you were going to, but I didn't know it had gone through, because the system I use now, unfortunately, doesn't tell me who. It tells me a sale had been made, but doesn't tell me by who. Yeah. So I was like, oh, someone bought one. It's like, yeah, I bet it was Kevin Campbell. Like, there's no way he would have just bought it out of the blue. And then, you know, I didn't even know. I think Mike or someone said, like, you might want to go tune into this podcast right now. And you're just there, like, loud and proud. And I was like, oh man, like, I mean, it's some people might think it's like, oh, how much you paying Kevin Campbell? How much did you sent him free stuff? I was like, I didn't. I tried to. He didn't want it. You know,
I don't want free stuff. The truth is, Stephen, if anyone who's selling stuff that I like, I don't want it free. I want to pay. Mm-hmm. And that's the truth. I don't want it free. I want to pay, because the creativity that you put in, everyone deserves to earn from what they do. And it's different if you're a massive company and you're making millions. That's different. Then you could send a pack. Yeah. There's no pack, so I pay, man. Definitely. I think it's great what you do.
I appreciate it, man, because I had with the 89 shirt, my plans got scuttled because Mike was going over. He went over, and I sent him about 10 or 12 of these to give out to, I think it was you, Alan Smith, Perry Groves. There was a couple other people where he had some extras for. And he had them, and then he didn't get a chance to give them out because COVID happened, and he got the next plane out of there. So I think Lee Dixon was getting one as well. We inquired what size he was going to get, because Lee had made this his profile picture that year for 89. He made his profile picture, and he was saying how, well, Perry Groves showed it to him in the WhatsApp chat. I'm like, you guys have a WhatsApp chat? That's so cool.
We have a big WhatsApp chat. Yeah, we do.
And so I'm just like imagining like the Arsenal players at the time just like talking about this 89 design, and Lee Dixon Snake taking that picture, making it his profile picture. Someone else pointed it out to me as well. I was like, no, he hasn't. And I go there, I'm like, Lee, give me some credit, man. And he did, and he shouted me out, and it helped out. And then it started then the replies to it, and people were talking about it. So I'm like trying to play catch up with this. I've never had that kind of, exposure to it. And then Mike was going back, and then Alan Smith liked it, you liked it, and a bunch of other people liked it. But then, because I thought, here we go, it's going to get big because players are going to be wearing it. Mm-hmm. And I was like, I think even Michael Thomas was getting one as well. Yeah. So I was, imagine that picture. Everyone that's on the shirt wearing the shirt.
So perfect, yeah.
And then it just didn't materialize because of COVID.
Because of COVID, yeah.
But then after that, I got in touch with you, and then you had me on the Who Are You? Mm-hmm. And then that helped me out a lot, and that really helped soften the blow of what might have been. And it still hasn't picked up for 89, but because people assume I've made thousands of sales. I haven't. I think I've sold like 40 shirts total. But that's not why I do it. I don't like design things to turn a I have a job. I'm fine. Yeah. I don't need to turn a profit on these. I
You do it because you like it, don't you?
I
You do it
like I
'cause
say,
you
I
like
made
it.
this for myself,
Yeah.
really, you know, and you can do this stuff online, like free sourcing, and you don't have to pay for any product. So why not
Yeah.
put it up there and let
It's
people,
your
if
passion, you know.
yeah, and if they want to buy it, and the fact that people have like had not one bad thing to say about it, they love it, you know, and you know, this is really the one that no one can say anything about. And even though I look at it and be like, yeah, maybe I should have, the end's a bit crooked, you know, I'm not stop it. It's done. It's out there now. Everyone's seen it. You can't change it.
But you see, there's so many people in the community like you, and even for me in this shows, like people think you make a gazillion dollars doing it. We don't.
Yeah, no.
That's not why we do it, you know. But we do it because we love the club, and also we like bringing really good content to people. And our goal is to change that for you in the next few months, Stephen. The holidays are coming. There's a lot to push and promote and share, and now the shop window is up and running. We'll be doing some giveaways on the show, and we'll be really pushing it and stuff. Before we wind up, I'm going to have 5 quick fire questions for you, but tell everyone how you ended up going from Layton to Louisiana.
Well, it was a woman.
It's always a woman,
well,
Kev.
she's from Taylor's oldest time. We had a little online friendship for a while before social media, in the old days of just like AOL chat boxes and just regular old email. And we actually got connected through Match.com way back before it became really big, and it just kind of bloomed from like, you know, a casual friendship over a course of a few years. And then I never thought I'd leave the Arsenal job. I thought I'm just going to be doing this forever. And there was an opportunity to maybe do graphic design for Arsenal at one point. But then they overlooked me and went to someone else, because I was already doing graphic design at a club shop for the merchandise in the store. I was making signs on small little pieces of paper and sticking them together. Remember, I made a life-size Thierry Henry out of A4 sheets of paper and then laminated them to the front window. That's, you know, stuff I used to do at Arsenal. I thought, did they ever hire someone? They got to hire me, and they didn't. So I was like, kind of bummed about that. But I'm still working there. And then once all the stuff at Arsenal started to change, I thought, this doesn't feel the same. So it kind of coincided with where my life was headed. So I didn't feel as bad for leaving the Arsenal at that point. It took a lot to make me leave Arsenal, make me leave all my family and friends. You know, it's a lot, and it, you know, and it's worked out in the end. She's from here, and she was going through nursing school, and it would make more sense for her to stay here. And then we got to a point in our relationship, we're like, well, I can't afford to keep going back and forth, and neither can you. We're either going to break up or make this permanent. And I don't want to break up.
Well done.
That was basically my marriage proposal.
Yeah.
So romantic.
I need to know I've got a ring on it before I move from Layton to Louisiana.
Yeah. My last day before I was flying back here, I'm like, should we? Yeah, let's do it. You know, that's basically it. It's a way longer story about, you know, how there are lots of like other things that happen between, you know,
of course,
the beginning and the end of it. But look, as much as I do miss all my local stuff, all my friends, all my family, so there's not a single person I don't really miss. People that are left behind, I'm glad I'm still able to communicate with them. But the fact that what I have now, I have my wife and my kids, and we have a home and a lot of stability. We have a hurricane here and there, unfortunately. But no, I don't. As much as I miss them, I don't regret it.
Yeah, I feel the same way, Kev. Like,
and is there a little Gooner community there in Louisiana?
Okay, you know we do, Kev.
That's what I wanted you to get on.
Just a little tiny one.
I tell you what, like whenever I see Tiffany on there, you guys, like it's just like warms my heart, because we have such a good community here, and as much as I think like we're the only ones, that we're not. In every part of America, there are these communities of Arsenal fans, and I don't see. Maybe I'm just not paying attention. I got my my blinkers on for other teams, but I don't see other teams with that. I see other teams have their fans and they cheer for their team, but the group we have, Gooner Gra, I don't see Spurs Gra or City Gra. I don't see any of that. Like, we have Gooner Gra, and it's ridiculous how big it's gotten. And
tell everyone about Gooner Gra just a bit, because I hope, do you think it will take place this February?
I am hopeful it will. I think the guys are so determined to really just try and find a way to make something happen, because everyone's jonesing for it. And I don't think Mardi Gras is going to be they're doing a test for Halloween to see how the parades go. I mean, people are already out in the street doing all this other kind of stuff, so just throw a parade down the middle of the road and you wouldn't even notice a difference. But
there's 110,000 people at college games every weekend now, so
unbelievable.
It's crazy. So I hope they can do it, and because it's such a great thing for people to come together and just all in, like, it's so great walking down like Bourbon Street singing Arsenal songs.
I love
singing like the Wanky Tottenham on Spur, It's great.
I mean, Stephen, I think I say this to people all the time here. I'm like, I don't know if it's because I'm in the community, but it just feels like Arsenal, other than maybe United, Real Madrid, Barcelona, of course, in the Hispanic community, even more so. But we're one of the most followed teams in the United States. And you just have to look at the Arsenal America group and the different branches. Tiff really well, Magic Mike. I mean, Kev, it is such, them now through connecting on the show and beyond. It is an incredible group of people, and they all do it for free, their spare time.
Oh, it's incredible. It is. Stephen's one of, obviously, Magic, who you mentioned, ridiculous. The love. Tiffany is an absolute star, as you know, with the organising, everything. Arsenal America, etc. Amazing what they do, and I just really hope and pray Gooner Gras can happen in February, because do you know what? I'd love to be able to get out. I would love it.
It has to happen.
If
you say like you're coming, then like I don't care how we do it. We're having some kind of Gooner Gras in some way, because it used to be quite a simple event. So they're talking about stripping it down, kind of making it like a little bit like an unplugged version, and do what we can just to bring people together, because it matters a lot. And it really, when I discovered it, I couldn't believe it. When I discovered how many fans are at Finn McCall's pub watching it, they put the flag up over the window. They all gather in that corner, and it's just it's so I didn't expect it.
Especially with the Orlando event not happening, that was a bummer. And then we were all going to connect in Vegas through the football fest that, of course, was called off because of COVID as well. So hopefully it can happen. Right. Before we wrap things up, I've got to ask you this. Your favourite Arsenal player of all time, who's not on screen?
He's my favourite Leyton Orient player of all time.
Oh, nice. Very nice. I like that.
I think all time, I'll say it'll be Dennis Bergkamp, I think.
All right. Your favourite ever kit? I asked everyone this, but it's usually the same answer. What's your favourite?
My favourite ever kit, I always really like simple kits. I really like the kit that we wore when we done the double in 01-02. I always like that kit. Always like that kit a lot. And I like the one that just brought out the retro kit.
The bruised banana?
Not the bruised banana, the red one.
No. Oh, the red one.
Yeah. I like the bruised banana one. I really, really do. But I'm kind of more of a simple purist.
More traditional.
I like
it might be the first time someone's not said the bruised banana, Kev, which is
but hey, listen, as he said, he likes it. But
I'll be honest. I'm on it. At the time, I didn't like it. When it first came out.
I said that as well, so didn't I? Loads of people didn't like it at the start, but obviously it became iconic once the team wore it.
I had the socks that the soccer club make, those retro socks. I got a pair of those from him, so I do like it a lot, and I missed my chance to buy the reissue of it, because that one sold like hotcakes. So.
What do you enjoy more, Anfield '89 or the Invincibles? For you as a fan, which one trumps which?
Anfield '89.
Yeah.
I like the Invincibles, but when you really remember that season, it was a bit of a like the Champions League part of that season. It's like people always remember like the highs, but it wasn't as perfect a season as it seems. Because I was in the club. That was amazing to be in and around it, but because we went to every game, it wasn't that pretty.
No,
it's like as good as it was at the end of the season, and as great as an achievement as it was, I feel like that Valve release of '89 was such a big release, and it was such an impossible moment in that one specific thing that happened at one specific time. Whereas Invincibles was great over a course of a season.
Yeah,
I was just like, because and Anfield '89 cemented me, as an Arsenal fan. I turned my back on Leyton Orient. They were 2 minutes down the road, And so yeah, it would be 89. And that's why I made a shirt about it. You know, I still got an Invincible shirt I want to make, but
yeah, it's just the manner in which it happened and the team that we were playing at the time, the Kings of Europe and the force of English football and European football. Okay, your current favorite player?
Oh, good Lord.
There's a few more to choose from now.
Yeah, I think there is. I mean, like, I really like what Saka's doing right now. I really like what Smith Rowe's doing right now. I think Odegaard is going to be very special as the season goes on. I think it's still too early for a lot of where these guys are going to be by season's end. I just like with the young players coming through. So it's probably Smith Rowe or Saka right now, because I love the Haaland stuff. I love the story. But then it might be Ramsdale right now. I think we've gotten to before where we're like, maybe so and so, but now I think we have a few where could be a little bit iconic. Maybe Jack Wilshere. No,
he's come up a lot today, that's for sure. All right, awesome. As we're continuing to show some of your work up here on screen, let everyone know where they can find you, your work, and you've sent me some amazing stuff that we've shared some earlier, but putting them up on screen now, people can see some of your art and some of your stuff. It's not just Arsenal stuff. I mean, you really have a talent, Stephen, and just love your creativity. Where can people find you?
Well, my main site I have is feestees.me, because the .com was already taken by someone's holding it. I don't know what the hell's that about. Who's got that site?
That bastard.
It's like, what are you doing? Put something on it at least. But yeah, feestees.me is my site where I have general, it's Arsenal stuff in general. I have New Orleans theme stuff, Ireland theme stuff, some New Orleans Saints theme stuff. Yeah, that's, like I say, I make shirts for me.
Yeah.
And if you like them, great. If not, then it's fine as well. But and I have like a little subdomain of afc.feestees.me, which is all my Arsenal stuff, like this and like whatever is happening on the screen right now. And my Twitter handle, my main Arsenal one is No Laguna, all one word, and I have just at Feestees is my my Feestees one, and yeah, that's basically it. That's basically me.
Cool. Stay tuned to the very end, you guys, because I'll put up a title card with Stephen's contacts as well.
Nice.
Make sure you all get all the spellings right and stuff.
Yeah, because people think I say feces. No, fees. I got to change the name.
I didn't want to say it out loud, but you know what?
You've done it for a reason.
I hear it all the time.
There's some jokers out there.
Don't go there.
All right, awesome stuff. And what's your parting word to the Arsenal community and Arsenal fans? We always like to give our talented Gooners the opportunity to close with what's your vibe? What do you want to say to fans?
Oh man, you got to let me prepare for these kind of things, Soph.
Yeah, I know. I kind of like spring things.
But yeah, off the cuff's better, I guess. But no, my thing is just remember the whole Victoria Crescent. Like, we are, the Arsenal. We're an Arsenal family. You have to harmonise up and down, rough and smooth. People seem to always expect way too much, and they have an expectation, and if we don't meet that expectation, then it's doom and gloom. Like today with the Saudi Arabian takeover, like, what about us? Like, don't worry about them. Just worry, just we'll do our thing. Concentrate on our thing. Get behind the team. Get behind the players, and be critical, but don't be too negative.
Stephen Feehily, you have been epic. This is the Talented Gooners, and he is a talented Gooner, is he not, Super Kev?
100%. Big talent. Brilliant. Absolutely brilliant.
Thanks for joining us, Stephen. Take care, and we'll chat to you soon.
Awesome. Thanks, guys. Appreciate it.
Cheers.
Okay.
Bye.
Bye.